called himself Elor, and he wants to bring us down. But God's up there, and he's limbering up with his 200 megaton loving cup. Just like you planned, I got no ground to stand.
Hey baby.
Trying my best to look enigmatic and interesting. Do you ever turn that off?
We're YouTube celebrities.
We are.
We're just gonna have to get used to it, Paddy.
Yeah, well, everything is viral these days.
Everything is right, fucking right. So here we are in the sun-drenched.
It is.
Look at that. That's very good. There's only one problem I can foresee.
Have a great.
Oh, say. Excellent. No, there won't, because that's the wind sock.
Oh, right. Oh, I see. Yeah.
A minute, let's move this a little bit so that it's pointing up.
He took up the law, I think, after deciding he couldn't make it as an actor. Also, I mean, have you seen...
A minute, you're talking about Darrow now?
Darrow, yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Citizen
what's it
Kane,
called?
yeah, I'm quite familiar with that.
He plays Darrow in this movie. Oh, what's it called? Not Undoubtable or Untouchable or... Anyway, something...
The Unsinkable Molly Brown.
Oh, fuck, it's raining.
Is it?
Well, there's water dropping. It's probably the wind.
It's not rain, is it? Look, it's perfect blue sky.
Well, look, there's a drop there, and it's not from my nose. They dropped. I felt dropped on my hand. Oh, well, you're blessed, aren't you? Fucking.
The rain falls on the just.
And the unjust, but it seems to be only the unjust get wet.
Yeah, fucking right.
I'm talking about Orson Welles playing him played him in The Perfect Murder. It was about the perfect murder.
Leopold and Loeb.
That's it, and that's the other big case. Oh my God, you do know. Yeah. He was on at the Old Vic, Kevin Spacey, years ago. Hello.
Hello. Don't sniff my... The dog is now sniffing the microphone.
As long as he doesn't piss on it. Hello. Hello.
Oh no, they're going to play around with the wire. It's all going terribly wrong. Well, I would have liked to have seen it, and the Leopold and Loeb story is a very interesting one.
Yeah.
Bring the ball down.
Where's the ball?
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Yeah. Got what?
The ball.
Yeah, you got. Are you wanting me to throw the ball? Is that what this is all about?
Food under there. Yeah.
Anyway, where were we?
Well, this. You might be right.
Now then, when all this pandemic is over, I'm going to need you to be one of the crew on my film.
One of the crew?
Yeah, well, in addition to starring.
A gopher?
Yeah,
We're
a gopher.
talking to the talent here. Gopher. What is it? A big? What is it? Big? Not big boy. What is it they call him?
Best boy.
Best boy.
Yeah, best boy. You can be best boy.
Yeah.
What a beautiful day, isn't it?
It's glorious. It's glorious. Absolutely glorious.
Ellie, bring the ball.
Almost makes you forget the misery of everything else at the moment.
So there was a woman called Peter and a woman called Sam.
Yeah, that's what.
Only in Brighton, I suppose. Anyway, she's.
We've had a very strong exchange of views, but we've now gone to the point that we can be civil to one another.
All right.
And she asked me how I was feeling about everything. And I said that the general feeling, which excludes you because you're still a rad lefty, the general opinion of actually all of my other left friends of our age, is increasing frustration and disappointment with Starmer, and for God's sake, man, this is just not good enough.
You should have fucking listened to me.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yep.
It wouldn't be the first time I'd be completely wrong about something. but we'll see. I mean, as I said to Sam, I still think that the number one priority is getting the Tories out. However the hell we do that, I don't care, provided we get rid of them. And then reform the voting system so that they never ever get back in again.
Yeah.
So that's always my number one priority.
Well, have you heard of the Left in Exile network?
No.
Well, I've joined it. I mean, I was one of the. Well, we got together with it. Everybody loves the idea of the exile, and I think it's just so good. I think I must have been the first to say it.
Is it a good idea though? I mean,
It's within the Labour Party. It's within the Labour Party.
Oh, really? The Left in Exile.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know what's going on in Liverpool? It's just.
Do you know what? What's happened to me over the past fortnight is I just have not got the energy to follow what's going on. I thought of putting a post on Facebook and saying, "Can somebody please just tell me what's going on in Scotland?" Because I and I try and follow it. I have tried. I have read a kind of Guardian. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
And I just think my brain sort of just says no. Computer says no.
Yeah.
And it's the same with what happened in Scotland with Labour. It's the same with you think Starmer is resisting a tax hike. Is that right?
Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck? And then you
now
realise
is not the time. It's his phrase for every fucking thing. In fact, now is not the time for opposition.
Yeah.
Now is not the time. When will the time be?
So okay. I mean, my faith in him is diminishing. But like I say, as far as I'm concerned, it's whatever fucking works. The problem I can see is if you look at the polls, it's really not working. I mean, it's the opposite of working.
Tories are 7 points ahead now.
Yeah. I mean, how can anyway, whatever. We always talk about this.
Yeah, I know.
And there's never anything else really to talk about. But
let's get back to talking about theatre stuff, because we were saying, I said I had a row with Sam. Well,
yeah. No, I don't know.
Before all of that, when we had the read-through for this Greek play, which will remain nameless because I can't remember what it was called, and we went around the table, or she went around the table, asking everybody, which is very good, I think, say what did they want from her as a director?
Oh yeah.
And because most of them were youngsters, and they were saying, I want criticism, I want to be pointed out, I want to be shown what to do. And I got so fed up with this. By the time it came to me, I said, well, for me, unconditional praise works really well.
Yeah.
I got a good laugh, but I don't think it endeared me to it.
But you know what, I'm never quite sure, still, even after my long list of prize-winning and celebrated productions, some of which have travelled the world, as you might know. I still don't really know what a director does. I mean, it seems to me, I remember I've told you this before as well, but the YouTube haven't heard it. Hello.
To bother you, could I politely request that you pause your film so I can speak to you, please?
Yeah?
Well, so you won't be recorded.
Now, Paddy.
Did you like that, exercising our rights?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I missed that actually. Go on, so now you explain to the good people of YouTube what just happened, because it'll be on the historical record now.
Will it?
Yeah.
Well, what they did, what they said.
Yeah, what happened? Why was there a cut in the transmission?
Well, they weren't policemen. COVID marshals in high-vis stuff with, I think, recording equipment, although they said they were not recording the interaction.
And they asked us to
stop recording
camera.
this. And then they pointed out that that we were, two people shouldn't be sitting there. We should be exercising.
Apparently.
And when I started talking about mental exercising or exercising my rights, I felt like I had to sit where I like. But I thought better of that. I was actually hoping that at some point they were going to ask for our details, in which case I would be able to tell them that they had absolutely no right to that. You know that our Member of Parliament has been tackled on the seafront. These are by proper police, because there was a demonstration there yesterday.
Really?
It's in the Argus, and the woman who said, well, she said she wasn't organising it, but she refused to give her details to the police, and so did Lloyd. He said, you know, Peter and I, that's Peter Kyle, our details are public knowledge. When he was asked, did he organise the demonstration? He said, I may or I may not have done. So this is what happened here. They just explained to us, and they said
that what we're doing is against the regulations.
It is, apparently.
Which I was not aware of.
Well, I was, yeah.
You were?
Well, I knew that when we were sitting over there was against it.
Really?
Yeah, but then everybody is doing it. Look.
Well, look, we'll keep a video eye on them, and if they start moving towards us again, then we'll pack up and go home.
He's got he's on the first of 4 benches there, all of which are occupied by more than one person. Oh no, one of them is only one person. But that's still not allowed if you're sitting down.
Yeah.
That's not allowed. That person is reading a book. It could be a book.
See, this is interesting, Paddy. I think you are naturally at home in the role of rebel.
That's one of the reasons that I want to do this play.
Whereas I, am so craven, bourgeois to my fucking DNA.
That's why I need that kind of conflict.
Yeah,
Hello,
you do.
I do. No, but it's interesting. A good friend of mine, well, the son of a good friend of mine, is having trouble with his employer at the moment, and I've been kind of advising him, and he's also having trouble with his union representation. And I was trying to go to sleep, and I was just remembering the cases that I handled when I was a union rep, and God, I really enjoyed it. And that's one of the reasons I think that I thought this would be good. Darrow would be good for me.
I mean, I think what's interesting, if you look around this park, how many people would you say were exercising?
None of them. I mean,
and how many roughly would you say there are who are not exercising?
95% are not exercising.
Yeah, but
if
in terms
walking
of a number,
slowly,
I think we're looking about 100 people.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, 100 people, yeah. And they're sitting.
Everyone's sitting because it's a sunny day.
They've gone now.
We've been inside for ages and all
They've
the rest.
cleared them. They didn't bother with those two, why not?
Well, isn't it anyway.
And they're talking to this next woman. But then the benches behind them are filling up anyway, I think.
Well,
yes. It's not exercise. The dogs are exercising.
I asked the man,
what?
I sympathised with him, didn't I?
Oh, you did? Sorry, I didn't mention your part in the saga.
No, strangely.
I didn't notice it really. What was it? Tell the audience what you did.
Well, I sympathised with him. I mean, what a job. What a miserable job to go around the park with everyone. Hello.
Oh,
all the dogs like the microphone. It's ridiculous. All it's going to be is sounds of heavy breathing from ant dogs. Kevin. So I expressed sympathy and said it's not a very interesting
you
job.
were very.
And he said it has its pros and cons.
Yeah, I know. You were just very nice to him, I've got to say.
Well, some of us were brought up correctly to have an appropriate respect for authority, Paddy. That's what it is.
It's the difference between being a subject and being a citizen.
Yeah.
You're a subject, I'm a citizen, okay?
Yeah, and I'm happy in my subjection. Jesus. Well, anyway, let's keep our eyes peeled because it's going to be...
going up that way now.
It's so sad. I mean, everyone's socially distanced.
Oh,
nobody's...
No.
Yeah. It seems unnecessary, but I guess it's the law. Maybe they could fine us, I don't know.
Yeah, they probably could.
It would be very funny, wouldn't it, if I'd switched it on for them.
For just them.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Sadly, I haven't.
Like that guy, do you remember that? There was a thing recently of a guy who went around the world with his movie camera, filming all these wonderful, wonderful sights, only to discover that he had the reverse key on, so he's actually filming himself, which was quite a good movie, but probably not interesting to him. Yeah, it's always seemed to me that with the help of therapy, I've had more interesting conversations with my parents since they died than I ever did when they were alive.
Yeah.
I mean, I do regret that we didn't talk about stuff much.
Like you, I wish I could talk to her and and hear her speak, but I can't. They're coming back. Do you think we should?
Yeah, it's funny. One of the only framed photo I have of my mother is her and me as a baby. It says on the back of it, September 1943. I mean, I was born in September 1943, and I look as if I'm at least 3 months old, so I don't know whether the date was wrong or whatever. But we're just looking at each other rather than looking at the camera, and the expression is, oh my gosh, who are you? And what are you doing here? From both of us.
Well, they've moved elsewhere, but we are right. Should we? Let's.
We're fairly obvious here as well.
Should we do concluding remarks, Paddy?
Yeah, right. Yeah. About what? About our conversation?
No, about whatever you like.
Oh. Well, it's an interesting interaction with the COVID. What do they call it? COVID
warrior, marshal, COVID marshal.
I played a marshal once.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was a real redneck. Did you see that?
I did.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Very good.
I thought I'd just have that on the record. Bit of praise.
It was excellent.
No, and you know what? Trump, whom he reminds me of, he's speaking today at the APAC meeting. Anyway, closing remarks. Well, it's a sunny day. I've got my book with me. I'm going to find somewhere else to exercise my right to sit and read, which I don't believe I have anymore unless I do it at home.
No, unless you do it while you're jogging.
Yeah, and there was a woman outside her house in the street that I came along. I had a conversation with her, and she may be in breach of that because she was sitting outside her house, on the pavement outside her house, so not even on her own property.
I won. You know the guy the pair that stopped us.
Yeah.
I mean, I know jobs are desperate and so on, but you would feel utterly miserable. Look, imagine you were in their job.
I know.
Right, and. Well, I will turn the camera around so that everyone can see, right? So Paddy, right, while I turn the camera around, you can narrate what we're seeing.
What we're seeing, right.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we've got the sun
we know
over the
sun
trees in the west. And we're seeing people walking around.
So this
dogs walking slowly. Even the dogs aren't exercising from what I can see. Nobody's exercising. They're just walking slowly.
What's the date today?
It's towards the end of February. I think it's the 29th, which is the last day of February. Yes, it is. It's the 29th of February.
29th because it's not a leap year.
Oh, it's the 28th then. Oh no, it is the 28th.
2021.
Well, it bloody well is a leap year. It's 2020. Oh no, it's 2021.
It's 2021.
Ah, well, I think it's the last day of February. In fact, I'm certain of that.
Right. Okay, so Paddy, you're going to have a close-up for the concluding remarks here. So let's have it now.
Well, as an actor, I love having a script. I love remembering lines or forgetting them.
Well, you haven't got a script, so you're going to have to,
Well, we've had an interesting time. This has been interesting,
Actually, while you're talking, I'm going to video the COVID marshals.
Oh right, yes.
So they've disappeared behind a tree now. So
oh, they have. I noticed they're keeping a distance from each other as well. Very proper. And now they're engaging with a family group, which looks like a mother. Oh no, and they're moving off. And now they're looking at us, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think the COVID cavalry are over the hill, but there's a fence between them, and I don't think they've got a steeplechase horse around, so they won't be following us. They're engaging with someone else now. No, they're not. They're marching single breast.
Towards us?
No, away from us. They're marching south. If they keep continuing at that pace and at that degree, in 15 minutes they'll be in the bloody sea.
Right, do you want to sign off to camera?
I will. Thank you, it's been great. You've been fabulous and I've been Paddy. What do you want me to do?
No, that'll do.